everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm glad you're here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas card using the stamp set called Seasonal Haul. Okay, so this is the stamp set and it comes with coordinating dies and it's got this cute little truck and all kinds of things you can put in the truck. And then I'm also going to use We Wish You a Merry Christmas along with Four Seasons winter papers. Okay, so I have this truck loaded into my MISTI and I'm going to stamp it out in black on white DZ. And then I'm going to be coloring it in with tri-blend markers. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this twice so that the black ink is nice and crisp and intense. Okay, so I'm going to stamp it again. And that looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to flip over my verse mat and I have all these little stamps loaded onto blocks. So the first one I'm going to stamp is the Christmas tree. And I'm going to stamp it in pine on the regular side of sage. And then I'm going to use the light side of espresso with espresso ink. I'm going to stamp this railing for the back of the truck. And then I've got some white daisy and I'm going to stamp this banner in black. And I thought I was going to use it, but turns out I didn't, but I'm just going to leave this part in the video. Sometimes you don't know till you see it, right? Okay, so I've got this pattern paper from Four Seasons Winter. It looks like birch tree. So I'm just laying the die out on it so I can figure out the placement of my sentiment. Okay, and then I'll be trimming down that panel. I just want to make sure I've got enough room for the truck. Okay, now it's time to do some coloring. Bring in some scratch paper to have underneath my coloring piece, and then I'm just going to lay down some color on all of these pieces, and then off camera I'll finish up the coloring and then I'll cut everything out with the coordinating dies. Okay, pretty simple coloring. All right, so now I've got everything cut out. Cute red truck and the tree and the railing and the banner. Okay, so now I have all my components for my card and I'm going to start cutting background papers. Okay, so I have my card base here. I'm going to bring in, this is the Four Seasons Winter, the plaid, and I've got some scarlet and pine. So my base is going to be pine. And because this truck image is pretty large, I have to keep my margins pretty slim. So I've just got 1/8 of an inch for that pine. And then I'll do the same thing for the scarlet. So I've got a tiny bit of that plaid showing. And then I'll trim down this piece that looks like birch. So I'm going right up to the edges of the stamped sentiment and the back of the truck. It all fits, but it's pretty tricky to get there because it just fits. So I'll make it work here. So I'm just placing things and trimming around it, not really measuring. So I don't want to take off too much. So just checking with the placement of the truck image before I cut, just be sure. Okay, that's going to work. All right, and then I'm going to bring in a piece of pine glitter paper. I like to use my Tim Holtz trimmer to cut glitter paper, or my guillotine, my larger guillotine trimmer, because it's pretty hard on a regular blade, on a Fisker's blade, because glitter is glass basically. So yeah, it's really rough on a regular blade, but it works with the Tim Holtz trimmer or another type of guillotine trimmer. So I've got that glitter paper cut down to 3/4 of an inch and the same width of my piece of birch pattern paper. And then I'm just going to layer everything in on my card front using tape runner. Okay. So we've got all those pieces layered in, and then I'll place the glitter strip at the base there. And then I'm going to pop the truck and all the different pieces with some thin foam tape. We'll add in that tree in the bed of the truck and the railing. And then you'll see I'll look at that banner and I changed my mind. I didn't like the way that it looked, so I decided not to put that on there. And then I forgot to turn the camera back on, but I splattered some shimmer brush on the background. I covered up the different components with masking tape and then splattered some clear and colored shimmer in the background to make it look like it's snowing. And there's my finished card. So all these supplies are currently available in my online store. I'll make a list with links in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.